Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter project every single time and give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I am very excited to be checking out the 7th most popular project in games and the, ninth most popular project on all of Kickstarter, that is ARcana, Augmented Reality Platform for Tabletop Role-Playing Games, bringing the table back to tabletop gaming. And then we have a picture of people using devices, and they're looking at presumably what they're exploring. I can't really see. I'd like to see this zoomed in. Like I could use less of this guy smiling and more of whatever's going on these right here. But anytime you talk about augmented reality, I personally am in. I want to know more about it. So I love the fact that that's spotlighted, the augmented reality. Let's go, Sean. So I'm interested to check this out, but I feel like there could definitely be some more information that's conveyed here. The price, how many players can I use this on, some of the different settings, some of the features, how does it work? Like there's more that could be told here than funded in 7 hours, which I could very clearly see. Like I understand how the system works. This could be utilized for so much better space, but I'm still interested, like period, because I feel like this. And what I say with a project like this is this project has a little bit of bulletproof armor. Because even if there's mistakes and it's not the greatest Kickstarter project, the product they have is so distinct and different and unique that people are going to be like, all right, I can put up with this, I can put up with that because you have something that I want and it's not going to be provided anywhere else. And now that we have zoomed in, I'm getting much more of an idea of what's going on here and I like this a lot better. I'd still like to see even potentially more zoomed in. But anywho, it's raised $110,000, and I believe one day, so fantastic. As always, when I go into the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. So, that's, if you're not aware, that is a celebrity named Joe Fudge. I forgot his name, but he's in True Blood and Magic Mike, and he goes to Gen Con, too. Apparently, people have seen him at Gen Con. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like, it's just so neat. Joe Manganiello. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his acting as well. I don't think you mentioned that, but yeah, me and my wife watched the entire thing of True Blood. She loved that show. But anywho, this, quite honestly, and I know maybe they don't want to lean that hard on him. Yeah, they do. It's the first thing you see in your Kickstarter video. Why is he not smiling on this? On that main image. Like, I feel like, honestly, if I see his face, and then I see tabletop role-playing game augmented reality, I'm infinitely more likely to click than anything you showed me on that main image. Huge D&D'er and plays Deathstroke. Oh yeah, he plays Deathstroke, that's right. Wonder if he board games. Anywho, let's go.
Perfect. Tabletop gaming is a way of life. There is nothing I enjoy more than getting together with my friends and rolling some D20s.
Joe, we have friends coming over in an hour.
I know, hon. I'll be right there. Who could forget all those epic sessions of storming the castle, taking out the main boss?
Joe, we're going to eat there.
Thankfully, there's a new way to play. With ARcana, you're going to have access to all your epic adventures right on your mobile device.
Introducing ARcana, the most advanced augmented reality platform for tabletop
that's
gaming.
hot. Real gameplay. So I love that little disclaimer right there. Fantastic. Real gameplay footage. He is creative director of something in this project. They should have him on the marquee. I agree wholeheartedly. 100%. And people I've heard some people say like, I don't want to lean too hard on this or that. No, this is seeing a celebrity on Kickstarter infinitely makes me more like, okay, I'm clicking on this. I'm at least going to see what this project is like. And I think that should just be star of the show there. Because that just catches my eye.
For years, RPGs have strived to harness the power of digital technology. Now, augmented reality captures the magic of role-playing games and brings it right to your device. Featuring digital replicas of your favorite terrain, miniatures, dice, and cards.
That feels a bit clunky right there. Workable, but
unlike other 2D web platforms that force you to play from behind a PC, ARcana offers an authentic gaming experience on your tabletop, using digital terrain and minis from the brands you know and love.
Wow, okay. That was a very impressive list there. Dwarven Forge, Reaper, Hero Forge, Fat Dragon. I don't know them, but the other ones. It's very impressive. So one thing, I like this, but is it augmented reality? And maybe it's just me, but I thought augmented reality was like when something pops out of the screen, when it creates like a 3D effect, despite it being on your mobile device. Because I played an augmented reality board game, a basketball board game, NBA Flex, just about a month ago, and I thought that was like the basic premise of augmented reality, whereas this is more just like a digital recreation on the iPad, which, don't get me wrong, that's very cool. But is it augmented reality? And please let me know if anyone knows a better definition of augmented reality, where the line is on that.
You know and love.
Or maybe they were to see
Best
that.
of all, each piece in your collection can be used infinitely, so you never run out of the right pieces to make that perfect adventure. And with
Okay, now this is hot. I have never GM'd in my life, but seeing this looks so fun. Ding, am sold. Yeah, this shot right here. Like this, if you've ever made a map in a video game, like I think this is immediately like, oh, I can now do that with my wow, infinite tiles. Yeah. As big, as vast, as diverse. And the best part, you could come back to this. This is the kind of thing it seems like where you could sit down for 15 minutes, you work on it. Like, this has been something I've been working on for years, this epic, massive, mega dungeon that's going to just wrap up my entire campaign. Or be like this is... And I don't even roleplay that much. I've done it like 5 times in my life. This is fantastic, this shot.
customizable paint schemes and textures, your options are truly unlimited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Simple gesture controls allow you to build,
Why is the wall red? Let's go investigate the wall. Like, that's so good. That's so good.
navigate, and interact in a seamless and intuitive way.
This is
With
actual in-game
ARcana in
footage,
your
too.
pocket, you can
And with the tablet, no less. Like, that just feels like I could get my Apple Pencil out and I could be splicing this together. This is great.
create
And I love the fact that they're in a car, too. Because, because that's it. That's one thing that I have in my mind. Do I need Wi-Fi in order to access this? Because if not, that is a major selling point. Which I think might be what they're trying to infer here by the fact that they're in a car. But some cars have Wi-Fi now. I drive a 2004. I know nothing about that, though.
design and play on the go.
Let me show you what I've been working on.
Toggle effortlessly between the lean back mode and augmented reality
Okay.
mode for that fully immersive experience.
Oh, what it looks like on
Gather
the
your friends
table?
and play a game around the table or around.
Now there it is. That's what I was waiting for. That was not quite clicking with me. And I want to go back to that main image. Was there anything on the table that made it? Yeah, like I wonder if maybe there could have been some sort of way to make at least digitalize this. So it's like, oh, this is what everybody's looking at. Like, I don't know. Either way, like that's a nitpick. This looks really freaking cool.
Around the world.
All right, you guys, check this out.
Around the
To
world.
go inside,
Yeah.
I need everyone to roll for initiative.
I love that. This is also brilliant as well. Because what does it tell me? It tells me there's what, 7 slots here. It tells me, there's a user interface over here where I need to click on. I'm going to be able to see people and hear people and laugh. And when their kids say something weird or their dog does something inappropriate, I'm going to be in there for that moment and laughing and enjoying. And I'm going to feel like I'm connecting. And so I love the fact they're showing this shot right here. This is great.
Innovative
die.
features like player POV
Whoa! Whoa, that's awesome!
place you in the game, forever changing the way that you play. This is ARcana. We've assembled an incredible team, and together we are creating the future of tabletop gaming. Join our Kickstarter today.
That's right. The augmented reality tabletop is here.
Joe!
No, I'll be right there. What plates are we using?
Joe, you're going out to eat. Jesus, the continuality in that video, because I remember she said, oh, actually, we're going there, which is why he had to not have the game night. So, I don't, unless you're bringing your own plates, who does that? Anywho, I thought that was a really well done video, and that makes me really hate this main image even more. Like, anytime I see this symbol, it just looks so stock. Like, I've seen this on like 1,000 other Kickstarters. Nobody cares if you're funded in 7 hours. Because I think if you get to that video, they're in. But I think the main image just needs some sprucing up there. Because, once again, this one just launched, I think, yesterday, and it's ninth. And I feel like it, and I hate to say this, but let me know if you disagree with this. I feel like this would probably be in the top 3 or 6 if it had Joe Manchin, Joe's name on the front. Joe's, not name, but face and potentially name up there. Because that tells me 2 things. First, when you say you're augmented reality on Kickstarter, I'm like, ooh, okay. That's a really big task for you to do on Kickstarter. Which tells me that you need to have a good pedigree. If you're doing AR or VR or anything crazy like that, that's a lot of work. And when I see a celebrity attached to that, I say to myself, oh, okay, so they can do it. This is probably going to be an awesome product. And so I definitely think this main image could use a coat of paint. But as always, do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable. Obviously, Joe would not want this to be a miserable failure and have that be a black eye. So yes, I feel comfortable. Can you do it? And then how much is it? Hopefully we don't beat around the bush. We get straight to the price. All right, let's go. Mirrorscape, first created, one back, is building the future of role-playing games, seamlessly integrating tabletop gameplay with augmented reality for a groundbreaking new experience. Connect with your friends around the table, around the world. Mirrorscape makes any game come alive and augment. So, okay, so you're telling me exactly what I just already knew based on your video and everything else. So I'd like maybe to know more about you or how this came to be. Did you reach out to Joe? Did Joe reach out to you? Did you teach it? Like, how did this come to be? I'd like to know a little bit more about the backstory. Because, once again, having a celebrity in your YouTube video is very atypical. So I would love to know how the sausage get made and how this marriage came to be. Plenty of time anywhere using the device in your pocket. Come build as big as your dreams and level up with Mirrorscape. Okay, so we do have awesome. We got 5 people here, so we should have some good customer service and updates there. So, can you do it, though? Once again, I was already convinced because you got a celebrity, and a celebrity does not want a black eye. Like, they don't want this to be something that sucks and people hate it. And they say, oh, what about this? You're like, Like, think of, like, Trump steaks and all that stuff. That's why celebrities typically, most of them try not to attach their names, I would imagine. I'm not a celebrity, but I would imagine without doing a good deal of research before they get into stuff. Not all the time. Especially not sometimes with athletes. I love athletes. ARcana is an augmented reality tabletop. Is bringing the table back to tabletop gaming using the device in your pocket, real game footage in AR. For mobile on an iOS and Android phones and tablets, no new hardware is required. So once again, I go back to that main image. I think that would be nice to know as well. Just a little iOS and Android. Like, honestly, which one do you think is more useful? An iOS and Android thing here, so I know I can play it on whatever in a tablet? Because I know it's on tablet. I see this, but iOS and Android, or funded in 7 hours. Like, whatevs. And if there's stretch goals, like maybe there's, maybe, and I hope that they're getting engagement. I see 215 comments, so I doubt the engagement is going to be top-notch. But I think you reach out to your community here, and we'll get there. But this is most definitely one where I hope those updates are asking, what would you like to see in this? What tiles? What things are in dungeons? Like, what specific weird stuff? And then you'd have so much crosstalk. So much crosstalk of people like, oh, that'd be a great idea. I did this in this one dungeon. Or you ask people about what they're like, you want a gimme. Let us know in the comments below. What is your favorite one? Or whatever. What scenario are you most excited to create with this? Or play through? Like, there's so many questions that you could be doing in the updates and comments, so I hope it's really engaging. So you can play anytime, anywhere, pick up last night's game at lunch or on the go, and build on a massive scale. Yeah, once again, you're regurgitating kind of the stuff from the video, which not a big fan of. I'd love to just see the price. Most people watch the video, and I know I can go over here, but once again, if you're on iOS, the app, or if you're on mobile, that's an extra click that nobody wants to make. And most of the time, at least according to the last Kickstarter statistics that I saw, most people browse on mobile. So they don't even see that support unless they click on it, which is why your story should have everything. Now and into the future, is built from the ground up to support AR glasses as they, whoa, I didn't know what iOS is making, Apple's making some what? I didn't know that was a thing. Now I'm more excited. Wait, I've actually done interviews on it. Whatever, I did know. I didn't know Apple was making them. Download the app for iOS or Android. Sign up, create, and play. No PC required. Build big. So that's very, very appealing. That is massively appealing right there. Build big. Drop your map. You use our activity. So this is okay. You're just pretty much telling me all the stuff you saw that I saw in the video. I just want the price. Why are we beating around the bush here? I was so hyped after your video that now I'm just whatevs. Ooh, access custom painting schemes. Build your own map, then upload it to the marketplace and share it for profits. Now, this, if you want to do it on PC, you can emulate an Android using BlueStacks. Oh yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. I guess yeah. But this right here, I honestly think this should be way higher up, potentially on the marquee, because this is saying that, hey, if you really get into this, which let's be honest, if you're interested in this, could this be something you really get into? Hell yeah! I'm not even into this sort of thing, and I'm like, wow, I want to try it out. But you can create your own things and then put them onto a marketplace. Like, you could potentially make money if you get good at this. That is a selling point to a lot of people. And I feel like it's kind of just buried down here in a bunch of other stuff that I'm just kind of scrolling through because I'm like, whatever, I already saw all this. And then you drop some big bombshell like that. So organization-wise, I don't like that. Host a game. Realistic 3D terrain helps you the adventure of a lifetime, blah, blah, blah. What do I get? So it's a standalone software app for iOS and Android devices that utilizes the augmented reality camera in your device. So where's the price? There we go. Pledge now and get. Terrain and minis from Dwarven Forge, Fat Dragon, and Reaper minis included at every pledge level. Pledge higher levels to unlock unlimited hosting and other exclusive. So therein lies the game. You're essentially paying for this reality to come to life, and so you're going to get access to all this amazing in-game stuff, this digital in-game stuff, that they, on the back end, for all the people who are not, you, who's here, about to back this, are going to have to pay. Like, oh, get the Dwarven Forge minis for, $4 or whatever it may be. You get to use them for the rest of your life. And that's a really fantastic business model. That's delightful. I see why you would want to be connected to this. So the ARcana app with terrain and mini packs and all unlocked stretch goals, Kickstarter exclusives based on your pledge level. Okay, so that tells me there's going to be numerous pledge levels, and hopefully this is going to be a fun ride. Now, one thing that is kind of poking in my head right now is the first created, one backed. I want to see industry standard here. I want to see a fun shopping area. I want to see a fun stretch goal area if we have one. Let's go. Day one exclusive. Can I get this anymore? It is not day one anymore. Get this out of here. Like, goodbye. Now it's just, I can't have this. Pledge any amount of day one to get the exclusive, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Don't care. They should just take this image and scrap it. Get rid of it. The day one people know. Everybody else, I guess, I can see the lot. No. I just, get rid of it if I can't buy it. The starter set. So here we go. All pledge levels get the starter set, free content that will be available when the app launches, thanks to our partners. And this is great. I do like this. This is very clean and clear. They're saying everyone who gets this after the fact, it'll be completely free. I like that. It's very clean and clear. So you get these minis, these caverns, these dungeons, okay? And bonus, connect your Hero Forge account to ARcana and get these additional Hero Forge digital minis free, and that makes sense for Hero Forge. So everyone's getting this. In the future, whoever gets this will get all this. Just to explore and to tease you and make you want more. And they'll probably give you more and more and more as we progress on, but whatever. Great. Pledge tiers. So $30. What am I getting? I'm getting the app, the starter asset set, which once again, I think you did a great job of laying out exactly what that is. It was very clean and clear. Then the Hero Forge starter minis. What's that? Oh, these. Okay, I thought this was kind of... Okay, so you get that. Cool. Select one of 6 digital terrain packs and a Reaper digital zombie and skeleton 10 minis. All unlocked stretch goals. Okay. So I hate this. Why isn't it just right here? This is the shot. Why do I have to see below? Why not just explain here how there's 6 digital terrain packs the one first time, and then the rest of the time it's I get select 2 of the 6. Yeah, because ideally, I want to say to myself, this is a good pledge level, but no, I want more. I want better. But in order to feel that way, I need to know what I'm getting. So I'm actually going to, I won't skip the line. I'm going to do this the way they want you to do it. So I'm going to do it this way, even though I really want to see what these digital terrain packs are. And instead I get this unzoomed out picture, which is just, bleh. Okay, Path of the Adventure, $50. Limited to the first 1,000 pledges at Adventure tier of, early access. So this one I feel like should be named something like the early adopters or whatever. So you get early access, you get 2 of the terrain packs, you get 10 goblins and kobolds, early beta access, and all unlocked stretch goals. It's kind of odd to me that they would lock this one at 1,000, but whatever. Whatever. Then we have Path of the Warrior. This one is going to get me an extra digital terrain pack, orcs and trolls, and 10 Kickstarter exclusive props. What are these? I see one. I'd like to see all 10. This is the shopping section. Like, you're asking me to buy 10 things here. Why are you only showing me one? So I don't like this shopping area very much. If you want to do it, oh yeah, okay. So $80. Once again, I go back to this game having bulletproof armor a little bit. What's the price point supposed to be? Who the hell knows? We're on uncharted territory. Whatever they say the reasonable price is. Because they have this awesome thing that we want. So I don't feel like this is crazy. $80 right here. Especially considering you're probably going to use it for the rest of your life. Like, if you role play, it's not like people say, oh yeah, I'm probably going to quit role playing in like 7 years. Like, no, people like, you do that. That's a lifetime sport right there. Path of the Master, $150. What else am I getting? So now I'm getting all 6. So this is the big jump. I'm at 70 extra bucks. So I feel like that's reasonable. And we're also getting Digital Giants, Werewolves, and Vampires. I wish I could see some of this so I could be extra convinced at 150. But honestly, the price points, I don't feel like it's terrible. And plus, we get all the unlocked stretch goals. And I do like the fact they mentioned stretch goals. That's exciting. But there's a bigger one. Okay. So we have this one. Your name in the credits. Cool, I guess. This is $100 extra. Hero Forge starter minis. We already get this. All 6. Got it. Is the only thing you're getting extra? I think that's it. Your name in the credits. Okay, so that's just $100. Be very interested to see how popular that one is. Path of the Hero. Why am I paying an extra $750? I wish this could be highlighted. Like, I wish maybe they just highlighted the ones that are different from each one. I think that's a nice strategy here that they could do. Because this is very, like, because I already don't like this because it's so... In tabletop games, if you're not familiar, there's a long, sexy scrolling shot of the components, of what you're going to buy, of the pledge, where it's, you see everything, and it's zoomed in, and everything gets its own spot. Like, sure, there's the one here, but what are the other 9? Maybe one of those other 9 just completely like, oh my gosh, I know how I would use that perfectly, and now I'm in this pledge level. But instead you show me one. I don't like that. So this is limited to 50 backers. So this is super exclusive. What is the Hall of Heroes? Enter the Hall of Heroes. We'll create an AR Hall of Heroes with the first 50 backers of this tier's immortalized on tapestries made from a picture of you or your character. Whoa! That's actually kind of cool. I wish we could zoom in on this. Like, I wish that this artwork was completely from left to right and just zoomed in, and it's like your face here. So I can, because I don't quite understand where this is going to be in the game. Is this going to be something that people will see frequently? Is this going to be in one of the terrain packs? I'd just like a little bit more information here. All right. Choosing terrain packs. So now we're back to this. Build your adventure your way with our handsome digital models, each lovingly hand-painted in full 3D. And remember, once you own them, you can use them infinitely. That one 2x2 tile goes a long way. Return to the marketplace when you want additional sculpts or to try new paint scheme. So, get everything, all 6 packs. So what is this? Oh, these. So now, because once again, now we're getting. I hate this in rule booklets. I hate it right now. Now we're kind of being redundant because you're reminding me of what pledge levels do what. Why not? Why do you have to remind me? Why can't we just deal with this at the very beginning? Get everything, all 6 packs. So these are the packs. Okay. Each pack includes 15 to 20 digital full-color trade pieces. Wow, that's great. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. And once again, I'm just now saying, wow, that's a lot of stuff. I see the value, but I should have been saying that in the pledge area, and I wasn't because you didn't show me it. So swappable wall and grate. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. And this is just, I hate and I love this. I hate it because it really should be zoomed in. I want to see the intricate details here. With the swappable doors and the this and the that. I want to see these spikes and what they look like. Because that's cool. Control color, flicker, and intensity? Wow, that's fantastic. Props snap to any wall. This is great stuff. I would zoom in on it. So this is one of them. This is one of them. looks completely different. And now this could be such a fun area right here if this was zoomed in, of me just scrolling through all of these. Imagine if each one of these was like really big and you were just scrolling, you're like, oh, that's a cool one. And then you get to the caverns and you're like, oh, that would be perfect. And then this could be such a fun ride if it was just zoomed. And it is a fun ride now. Like this is great. But it could be more if it was zoomed in. Because then my imagination could just run wild, and honestly, this is all about taking your imagination and putting it into the app, so I think it should be. Like this demon. Perfect example. The first time I saw this demon, about, 5 minutes ago, I said, that looks awesome! I want to check that out. And now that it's zoomed out, I'm like, okay, it looks like a splotch of red on this. And maybe it's because my computer monitor sucks, which it could be. It's dirt cheap. but it's just... I zoom it in for me, because this is selling me. All this is selling me, and I think it's water flows. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Villages, and that one you got to get the Villages pack. I gotta imagine this one's gonna be super popular. And after looking at this, I say to myself, okay, I'm 150. End of the discussion. End of the story. I need all this to create my world. And I imagine that will be the most popular pledge level, too. Reaper Digital Minis, which is good. That's what it should be most of the time. So now we have this. This is so these are all those extra minis that you told me about, but you didn't show me. Werewolves and that is very atypical in Kickstarter. Most of the problem, we have the issue what I like to call minis porn, where companies will focus on nothing but minis. It's just, we're focusing on all the minis and not focusing on the gameplay. This one, the minis are actually like, we'll show them later. We'll show them later what they're going to look like. I got zombies. I got a werewolf. Look at this. Like this guy. This guy not being shown. This guy not being shown. Like these should be up there in that shopping section. These kobolds. Zoom me in. Zoom me in on him. I want to see this. Maybe you get like one of those shots where it swirls. I want to see the intricate details on his back, on his shield. I want to see so much more here. Trolls. This looks great. The giants. I'd love to know, and I'm sure, what size are these? In the augmented reality, if I set this on my table or whatnot, what would these be relatable to? How many inches? How many centimeters? Because I think that's a great thing to list. Because a lot of people that play tabletop role-playing games also play board games, and a lot of board games are minis games. So I feel like there's a very natural crossover here. I don't think they could have won with this layout. Either all the assets are on top and the prices hid way at the bottom, or lead with the prices and then go with this, do the tiering, and be able to create your own package. Now that would be an interesting one. That's pretty much what it'll be after the fact, I imagine, when you get the app. And then look at this vampire, it's so cool. All right, so the pledge summary, you got one of these. Okay, I don't mind these, as long as this is not the only thing you have. I see some Kickstarter pages where this is the only thing you have, like, dear God, this is an eyesore. But no, this is clean and clear, whatevs. Stretch goals, all right, love it. And we have unlocked one, it looks like. Weather elements are more than just abstract obstacles for players. They now come to life as a stunning centerpiece to change the mood and feel of your locales. Conditions like rain, snow, this is fantastic. I'd love to see some example of this working or what it looks like, something like that. And maybe it's in the update, but it shouldn't just be in the update. It should be here. This should be a living, breathing thing. This is your story. This is your baby. This is your... This is where a lot of people are going to decide if they want it. Granted, I think your video is so well done. Environmental effects. Have we hit this? I don't think we've hit this. I think we're at 100. Okay, so we hit that one. Wow your players with dynamic environmental effects like flickering fire, running water. This is all fantastic. PC conversion. Now available on PCs as well as Macs, all applicable. That's a great one as well. That's a banger, because that's just an extra way that I will be able to utilize this if I want to, from my laptop to my iPad to my phone. I love that. I still have not found out if this needs to be online, though. And that I do think is a big misstep. Hopefully it's in the FAQ. No, nothing is in the FAQ, because no one has any questions. Wait, I do. Can I play it online? Or do I have to be online to play it? Is there something that I can do? Because I don't necessarily, obviously if I'm going to be role-playing with other people, I need to be online. But are there things that I can utilize in the app, not online? Because that is a big selling point. That is a big deal to a lot of people. Future Gaming is now available on PC, and then after that, we're not quite sure. But I do feel like this is a good stretch goal area. I'd move it higher because you're funded. As always I say, when you launch a Kickstarter, the first thing is, of course, to get funded. But once you get funded, your goal is no longer to get funded, is to get to as high of a number as you can. And you do that by exciting people. And things like this excite people. Stretch goals excite people. I'm 32 minutes into this, and I'm just now seeing these stretch goals, which are great stretch goals. quite frankly. You did hint at them, though, which I give you kudos for that. Release schedule. Summer 2022. So this could be the kind of thing that we're checking this out at Origins, Gen Con, definitely for Essen. It's going to ship to all backers. This is a big deal. Like, tell me. You could not see this being one of the big sponsors of conventions and whatnot. And people being like, oh, did you try this out? You have to try it out. They're running people through this. You can try out stuff like this. Like, there could be a big kick-ass rollout of this. And it would not surprise me in the least. This looks really cool. Stretch goals. Software development is hard. We want to make sure that everyone can start enjoying ARcana, so we don't want to hold up the initial release waiting for stretch goals. So we'll release them as they become available. And that's totally fine. Don't even care. Maybe I'd like to know a little bit in the stretch goal area, but this is fine. You said it right here. Because, yeah, I want the product, and then you can add the shimmering lights and the flickering things and all that good stuff. So now we have a personal touch here, which, once again, I would have loved to have seen right here. I want a solution that not only worked for remote play, but that provided an enhanced experience. So 3 years ago, I said I'd create an augmented reality tabletop platform, and I wanted to use the terrain. The result is ARcana. Okay, that's the nice little personal touch I would have liked to seen somewhere, but it's here. It's just at the bottom. Meet the party. That's the guy. That's the guy. Yeah, can we replace him with Joe? No offense. No offense, Grant. But, I mean, 99% of people are much more likely to recognize you than him. To him than you. You get what I'm saying. Creative director, actor, producer, writer. Joe is an actor, producer, writer, and game designer. He is the most famous D&D gamer in the world. Joe is currently crafting a game for the Wizards of the Coast at Hasbro and serves as creative director to Mirscape. So, if he's part of the company, because here's the thing. You clearly wanted to show him off. He's the very first thing I see in close-up up on the video. And maybe you're hoping to go for a surprise, like a shock, like, oh my gosh, this is what's he doing here? But I think at the same time, that's just no. Just no. I think you could have got so much better return on value just from showing him right from the jump. Because I immediately be like, what the hell is that? It's different. It's unique. You know, if I saw Pauly Shore on the front image of a Kickstarter, you better damn well bet I'm checking that one out. And you would too. You'd be like, what the hell's Pauly Shore doing there? And that's, I mean, you could interchange any celebrity there. So Fat Dragon Games, Dwarven Forge, Reaper, blah, 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 Backer Kit, Testimonial. Matthew Liflord reacts! Wow! So this is great. Why is this buried? I feel like this is way too buried. 2-bit circuit reaction, we got people. So these are, and there's the other thing as well. I'm sure there's some fantastic quotes here. Those quotes, there should be some quotes, I think, on this. I'm sure Matthew Lillard has a great quote. I'm sure that there's some top tabletop role-playing game content people out there who would have absolutely bent over backwards to have like a demo of this, or just you show it to them in some way, and you could got some quote that would have moved the needle with a bunch of people. And so I feel like that was a miss as well on that. But now let's check out the pledge levels. All right, Path of the Acolyte, 82 backers. Okay, no thank yous, no $1 pledge. Path of the Adventure, $50, 266. Path of the Warrior, 269. So these are pretty spread out. I will give them kudos on that. 375 on the Path of the Master. The Path of the Champion. So this is this is the credits. This is the credits, 45. Yeah, I didn't think that one was going to be very popular. $100 to put my name in the credits. I'll pass. And maybe it's way cooler than it sounds, but it doesn't sound very cool. And then this, once again, only 4 backers on this Path of the Hero. And this, to me, says a lot, I think, about this Kickstarter and why I'm leaning towards a bit of a poor grade here. And as I always like to mention, I am not grading the product itself. I am grading the Kickstarter presentation of the project. And I think that this product itself is way, way better than the organization of this Kickstarter. I think it just deserves a little bit better. We're going to have updates. Please don't be unengaging. 6 comments. 6 comments. Oh my gosh. This is so bad. You have 1,079 people here who are role players, who are very loquacious, who would love to talk about any number of things. And when I see both of your updates having 6 comments, that tells me these are not engaging updates. You're going to come in here, you're going to unload a bunch of stuff on me, and then this is going to be people either asking questions or saying, this is awesome! Not sure if I missed this in the product breakdown. There's a question. How much for additional stretch goal? Question. You had me at la la la. So that's like, I just called that. I said there's going to be 2 people in here. 2 types. Yeah. Chris Dunk, super excited. I'm with you, Chris. It looks awesome. And then people are like, wait, your page is a little bit confusing. How about for additional, and then this one, how about for additional stretch goals adding modern day? Damn it! And then Joe T, what did I say earlier? You should be asking these people what they want in the future, even if you use none of it. Engage them. This should be a hub for tabletop role-playing games for the next 26 days. This should be a popping, fun place with tons of reveals and upcoming plans and cool stuff and different things, like the Matthew Lillard one. I want to talk about placement here. That Matthew Lillard video could have been such a fantastic thing to have into an update. I immediately see an update. Maybe it's update number 4. I say Matthew Lillard reacts. And I say to myself, hey, I know who Matthew Lillard is. I'm at least going to click on this, and I'm actually going to engage with it. And then maybe after I watch that 56-second video, which is very reasonable, it's like, what would you love to see? Or what dungeon are you most excited to excite? Or which of the packs are you most excited for? Little things like that. But instead, we just have, hey, here's some information. Peace out. And it's just, go look at other popular Kickstarters. So this is my biggest thing for them. And I say this a lot. Before you launch a Kickstarter, go look at like 5 or 10 other popular Kickstarters. Really study them. Go through every nook and cranny and write down everything you like about that Kickstarter project, then copy it. And because this project could have been, and I always say this, if you added an extra 0 to this project, would you be surprised? And if this was at $1 million after one day, would you be surprised? I'd say it's got a big celebrity attached to it. It's offering this absolutely just drop-dead cool idea. Like, this is just an objectionably cool idea. Like, who's going to argue with this being a really stinking cool idea? Nobody. Like, it's so cool. And it's at 111. And that's great. That's fantastic. But I think it could be way bigger. And I think it's just, like, it's not exciting. It's not, like, not sure if I missed this in the product, but will Fog of War be a feature? It would be so cool. They did mention the comments thread, and there's some type of reveal function will definitely be provided. So yeah, like, just, this shouldn't be something I have to ask, though. And once again, somebody else answered it, so hopefully they're at least engaging with these. Let's go check out the other update. Make sure they were engaging with the people. With the peasants. This is discussed a bit in the comments thread. So psyched. Is this October fulfillment date? Same for me. So is T-Man a collaborator? Because if he's a collaborator, he should be listed as a collaborator. Because here's the bottom line. If T-Man is a collaborator, and he comes in here, and he responds to each one of these, that makes you look way better. Because anytime there's a green rectangle next to someone's name, I just immediately assume they are attached to the project in some way, shape, or form, and that's good customer service. Right now, it looks to me as if people were asking questions, you completely ignored those questions, but luckily, someone else in the audience answered those questions because you couldn't be bothered to check in your update section. Because once again, this is not an engaging area. This is just where you dump information, then you get the hell out. And that's... this project deserves better. Like, and here's the thing. It's number 9 now, but I feel like this one... I can see this one sinking like a rock. Really fast. Like, popularity-wise. Just because... Like, why do I come back to this? Like, I saw it got $100,000 in the first day, so it's going to take a while before it hits $150,000. Presumably. You're not announcing, like, any big tricks up your sleeve, a live gameplay, a this, a that. There's nothing particularly exciting. It would be amazing if we'd customize signs and apply them to terrain and buildings. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Look at this. These are just people giving you ideas. These are people trying to bump up the popularity, put you higher on the popularity chart and higher on the magic chart. Because they're so excited to talk about your product because your product is so stinking cool. Environmental effects. Awesome. Yeah, just people excited. I'm kind of slow on tech items, so I have a few questions. Yeah, once again, this is it. This is everything we're going to see. It's people who are super stoked, and it's people who have questions. And it could be so much more. And T-Man is not actually with the project. Damn it, that makes me hate it even more. So you literally had an update. Questions sat there for 22 hours. You have 5 collaborators. 5 collaborators on this project, and nobody is bothered to go answer and talk to the people in the updates. Like, I'm not expecting Joe to be in there. Even though, dear God, if you could get him to poke in for like 5 minutes a day while he poos and just respond to a couple comments, people would flip their shit. Like, let's be quite honest. Would you not tell someone, like, in the next few days if Joe just responded to your Kickstarter comment? You'd be like, oh, hey, guess what? Today happened, dear. Like, I'd tell my wife. She'd be so jealous. I'm just saying, like, there's so much potential in this Kickstarter, and it just... squandered, and I hate it. Kind of slow on tech items, so I've got a few questions, none of which would be deal breakers. I'm just trying to make sure I understand correctly how the AR interfaces with my table and my players. Okay, questions are, and this is good because I also have questions as well, but they assured me there were no questions that needed answered because there's nothing in the FAQ. If I understand it correctly, the app used my physical table as the base to project the AR dungeon onto it, right? That was once again something I was a little bit confused about. I talked about it in the video. I can use physical assets when projecting by placing them on the table, right? That's so cool. Is that how that works? I assign players a specific seat location when I invite them to host the game, the players at the physical table. So yes, hopefully this gets answered soon. Where's my nearest rectangle? Where are they? Where are they? Thank you guys. Here we go. So about 3, so they are in here and I see collaborators. Great. Good. It would really help if a lot of these questions answers put into the FAQ as official. Seeing way too many responses to the same questions. Plus, I'm a bit hesitant. So many answers are appended with all answers are given to the best of my abilities, and I may be corrected. Yeah. It would be great to see some things solidified as official from the team. Here, I second this motion. Here, I third this motion. Hi, Stevie. Yes, we hear you. We've been collecting all your questions from across the internet and been collaborating them into an FAQ, which will be going up today. Good. This should be up way earlier. Like, this is why you have people look at your Kickstarter. Thank you for your patience. Hey, Stevie, you're absolutely right. This was a choice I made since I'm trying to answer so many questions. The team has been super busy, as you can imagine. I was just trying to get as much answered during the early push, all possible, and want to make sure that I was striking a balance between answer you guys quickly and yada, 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 yada. Okay, but they are in here. They're answering questions, and I imagine, hopefully, don't just dump all this into the FAQ. If you are working super hard, you should be working super hard on not just putting this into the FAQ, but then interweaving this useful information into the campaign. And this is why when I critique rule books, I say you need to blind playtest your rule booklet. If people have questions, find a way to splice that in there. So at the end of the day, what's my final grade for this? This is a really hard one. 819. That's kind of surprising as well. That's actually really surprising as well. And once again, I think this just goes back to that main image just being so incredibly blah. Like, you're telling me there wouldn't be more people in Italy back in this project if you had Joe on the front? Like, I think this is such a missed opportunity. Because when you get to the video, first thing, oh, hey, it's Joe freaking whatever. I forget how to pronounce his last name. Like, it's not like you're trying to hide him. But this main image, like, it's just... It's a dime a dozen, and it could have been something special. Then I get to the Kickstarter page, and I have the exact same feeling. It's a dime. You just regurgitate all the same thing back that I just heard about, with a couple new things mixed in. But it's... okay. Final grade. Do I want it? Yes. It looks amazing. The video, I thought, was really well done. Can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable because you have a celebrity attached to the project who does not want a black eye on their record. Especially their record of for something that they really love. And they clearly would love to be a part of the community with it, So, yes. Can you do it? Yes. How much is it? I don't feel like the price is terrible. $150. So that I am going to be able to take my dreams, my imagination, put it onto the table, quite literally onto the table of my game night, my crew, who could be all over the world. That's an amazing product. And so when the question, do I want it, can you do it, and how much is it, are all answered yes. And somewhat emphatic yeses. And yet I'm still just, the Kickstarter project was like, huh? That's a bad grade to me. That feels like the Kickstarter page just letting down the project itself. And we see this all the time. We see it all the time. So, final grade on this one. There's nothing physical to ship, so we don't need a shipping location. Everything is digital. So I can't, nothing wrong with the shipping. Free, no, I would, so here's another idea. I would somehow emphasize to the rest of the world that there is no shipping on this in any way, shape, or form. I think that should be on the marquee. Honestly, this marquee is a full point grade drop. Everything about it, just the more I got into the project, the more I hated how generic, like this looks. Like, why is this better than this? They both look like, and this looks way better than what they used to have. But final grade, I'm going with a. Is it a D? Is it a D plus? I think it's a D plus. Like, this project itself looks amazing. It really does. The actual thing that you have looks amazing and like it could completely transform and change the tabletop gaming landscape in the industry as a whole. And the fact that you have a very well-known celebrity in your corner says to me that you have this thing and you have the potential to make it a reality. You're not some Joe Schmo like me in your basement. You have connections. You have the ability to make this a reality. And when I see this Kickstarter, it just, I'm going to go with a D+. Sean, a D+. Let me know in your comments below. What is your final grade for the ARcana augmented reality platform for tabletop role-playing games? And once again, not for that, but for the actual Kickstarter project, because that looks like an A+. Like, I'm not a role player, per se, and that looks amazing. But let me know in the comments below what's your final grade. And as always, if you're enjoying this content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, celebrate my 10-year anniversary of making YouTube content. Bye-bye.